ఎందుకు నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు నీలో నువ్వు మాట్లాడుకుంటా ఉంటావు, ఎందుకు బయటికి మాట్లాడవు? No, serious question.
Don't know, like maybe I don't want to expend more energy on that, or
Don't want to spend energy on speaking. అదేం ఫిలాసఫీ అయ్యా బాబు.
Books in my sense are a distilled form of knowledge. Everything is a business now. Back then people used to discuss ideas and then
Yes.
things, what is happening, all that. Now
Yes.
we are just scrolling things and then discussing things
Yes.
online, not
Yes.
offline. You are in a life where you have to run for at least 60 more years. You should treat it as a marathon. You can't treat it as a 100 meter sprint.
How much can a person achieve? I don't know about your limits, but this is a person who doesn't have any. This one podcast can't withhold all the information that he possesses, all the knowledge he possesses, but I think this is a start of something that's gonna recur every season, if that's what we want. The one positive thing in my life for the past 3 to 5 years is me starting to read books, and he has been an inspiration for that. I don't know, I feel like I can talk to him again and again and again throughout, and I hope you want to listen to him again and again and again throughout. So let's talk to him. Welcome.
Don't know. No, maybe I just got a thought just now.
ఏమని? You should talk more louder, అనా?
I don't want to spend more energy on that. That's the reason. I never got that thought.
You never got that thought. Why you are not speaking louder?
Yes.
Nobody asked you.
Nobody.
Nobody asked you.
Yes.
In your work also nobody asked you that why are you not speaking louder?
No.
They
Maybe.
understood however you are speaking. That low tone, did they understand
No.
what you were conveying?
At that setting, maybe I speak more. It depends on the setting as well.
మేమంతా యదవులు మా ముందేది మాట్లాడేది అనే?
Nothing like that. Like you are a friend. And the tone for friend is like this. Maybe I feel
Okay.
my inner feeling
Okay.
that I should be soft spoken
Okay.
And,
Soft spoken. Okay.
and not to
Makes sense.
like push things on people. Like my feeling, if I speak more, I am feeling like I'm pushing things on people.
Okay.
That's how it came up.
కానీ in settings like this,
Yes.
You
I think I
yeah.
should make myself more audible.
అదొక పాయింట్. I
Yes.
want to start this discussion. Actually, I have a lot to talk with you,
Yes.
and you are like walking encyclopedia.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't make me so I can say heavy.
లేదు కానీ ఏమంటే ఎప్పటి నుండినో పునీత్, 2015-16 నుండి కూడా
Yes.
మనం ముగ్గురు మాట్లాడిన పాడ్కాస్ట్ లో నువ్వు ఏదో ఇంటెలెక్చువాలిటీ అది ఇది మనం ఏదో వేవ్ లెంత్ మ్యాచ్ అవుతాం ఏదో మాట్లాడినావు.
Yeah.
కానీ వాట్ ఐ ఫీల్ ఇస్ నువ్వు ఓవర్ అచీవర్ అబ్బా. నాకు తెలీదు, నేను ప్రాబబ్లీ ఐ విల్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ సో మచ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఆన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ థింగ్స్ యు ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ యువర్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఇస్, బట్ వై డూ యూ ఓవర్ అచీవ్ థింగ్స్?
See, only thing why I do is I actually make myself to reach that 110%. So
110%, okay.
Yeah, like whatever it is. So I try to do things which is 110% or 150% what I have been given the task for. Let's say parents sent me to study engineering. Parents sent me to study engineering.
Okay.
Then I wanted to do something else. I wanted to crack CAT and then or GATE or any another stuff which are.
You even applied for SSBs.
Yes. I got that interview call as well.
Yes.
So
just to achieve it, you do it.
yeah, I just take it as a challenge. That's it. Like I want to know how the process works.
Okay.
It's not actually like I want to do everything at once, all that, but I just want to understand the process so that
Okay.
I am of like person where if I know things, I'll be at a better position to decide what is good for me.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay.
Nothing more than that.
Okay. Okay. Good. Last two interviews, I've been speaking with you guys, you and Punith.
Yeah.
You are Punith. You and Vikram.
Yes.
About your thing, how our thing evolved, and what's
Yeah.
the general setting and everything. But I feel this should be focused more towards the audience.
Yes.
Because I feel rather than we discussing our lives, audience will actually gain a lot if they see you speak. Maybe do a knowledge share from your side to my side in this
Okay.
thing. Books. Why should people read books? You are a very big reader. You read all sorts of books. You read all sorts of articles,
Yes.
long form, and we were talking about attention span.
Yes.
Yes.
So when it comes to books, so it's actually so nowadays, back then when we had school days or college days, people or academicians, they used to come to us and then they used to speak.
Mm-hmm.
They used to speak, and them speaking was a kind of knowledge for me.
Mm.
I mean, whatever way they speak, that was a knowledge.
Okay.
But then when we are out of college, or when we are in college as well, I wanted to acquire more knowledge.
Okay.
So it's just that when you have more knowledge, you actually stand at a better place to judge a situation.
Mm.
That's what it is. So
Wow,
when-
very good thought actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what when I see Vikram being anxious about things, right? So when I'm not anxious, I feel like, okay, I know things like how it goes. Why should I worry? Like I sometimes feel like, okay, Vikram doesn't have kind of knowledge or a kind of a judgment, not knowledge.
I'm gonna put this in the print thumbnail thing.
So
Okay.
I mean, when I see people, it's not only Vikram. When I see people being anxious or like rushing towards things, I feel, okay, they have sort of not have the judgment of where things may go wrong.
And that's also true. People don't know how to judge things properly.
Yes,
Even me,
Yes,
if you
yes.
take, I'm not a very big reader of books.
Yes.
I read books that you suggest,
Yes.
but I don't know other than what you suggest, to be honest.
Yeah.
I come out like I know something because of all the inputs that I get from different people, but actually I don't know how to judge.
Yeah.
I, in the sense, me as an audience.
Yeah.
Audience don't know what to judge and how to judge.
Yeah.
That point is true, but does reading books really give you that state of mind or that maturity level?
That's true because reading books actually helped me a lot when it comes to interviews as well. I have attended a couple of interviews,
Okay.
which was turning point of my life. There also I have discussed books, and then they got impressed. that's how
That
it
you are
has-
reading books.
That I am reading books, and I am able to explain them what is there in the book.
Okay.
I'm reading books. So
Okay.
Usually people write reading books as a hobby, right?
Uh-huh.
So even I had put the same hobby, and then reading newspapers as a hobby.
Mhm.
But then the way I explained things to them was the point where they realized, okay, this guy reads properly, like
Okay.
not just like platonic way.
Okay.
He reads it. He
Okay.
reads, and then he understands stuff what is there in it.
Okay.
So,
So I'll ask a favor from you.
yes.
I want to read books.
Okay.
Okay. You don't know me.
Mm.
How do I start? And not reading books, you said reading in a platonic way. I
Yeah.
don't want that. I
Yes,
want to read properly. How do I read?
So
What do I read?
So what excites you? You have to select that. What excites you? You have to select that topic, and then search for books which are on that topic, and then start.
What excites me is your first question, right?
Mhm.
What excites me? Stories excite me.
Okay. So back then, when I was a kid, I'll share my personal experience. Back then, when I was a kid, I was actually into these stories of kings and then their kingdoms, all that.
Yes.
Not exactly like kind of history. It's just cartoon,
Fantasy,
yeah,
yeah.
cartoons, all that.
Huh.
My mom.
Panchatantram Katalu.
Yes,
all
yes,
those.
yes.
Yeah,
My
okay.
mom got me this Akbar and Birbal stories and then Aesop fables.
Okay.
I started reading them and I started from there.
Huh.
I completed the books and then I could understand that okay, like this is how it should be and this is how it would be in kingdoms.
Okay.
And I could relate all these politics and then how the government is being run.
Okay.
I mean, those politics will be there, no?
Okay.
So that's what was there in be it Aesop fables or be it in Akbar and Birbal stories.
Mm-hmm.
So
But don't they seem like very childish? They call it something, right? Moral stories.
yes, yes.
So
yes.
these are all stories for children.
Yes.
But what about us? If I'm a 20-year-old or 25-year-old or a 30-year-old starting to read books
Mm-hmm.
in this era of very less attention span,
Yes.
what should I start with?
You can start with classic non-fiction classics. There are few books which are called as classic. Be it
Okay.
how to like there is a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
That's like first book anyone I would suggest anyone to start with.
Okay.
Then it comes my favorite 12 Rules of Life. Then
Oh,
comes,
12 Rules of Life. You bought it here.
Yes, yes,
That
yes.
book is here. Okay.
yes, and then there is
I'm gonna take the book
sure
today.
sure.
I'm gonna start reading.
That
yeah.
actually there is 12 12 rules where you can apply it to your life.
Okay.
So each rule is a kind of philosophical guidance,
Mhm.
right? That is also there, and then
Okay.
there is outliers.
Outliers. I started reading Outliers,
Yes.
and somebody said that the author even told that concept doesn't apply anymore. That 10,000 hour concept
Yes.
doesn't apply anymore in this new world.
That's there. Yeah, but 10,000 hours rule is not only is not the only thing which is there in Outliers.
Uh-huh.
There is a thing called where you have many achievers, great achievers. He has he has he has done the research on them, and then he
Yes.
has shown what they had in advantage that what you don't.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So like the bar set by you, or I have a certain standard. Let's say when I was in engineering, I had few advantages, I had few disadvantages. Okay, let's say you didn't have internet when you were studying in engineering.
Yes.
You didn't have access to a lot of data. I think we were doing research.
Yes.
If internet was not so cheap, we were doing research, and we were searching for nice articles or nice journals, nice research papers. If we had not internet, so imagine how we would have
Yes.
done the research. We would
Yes.
have had to like go
Physically go to the library.
go to library and
Yes.
then search for research papers, where we don't have, if we don't have research papers available on artificial intelligence, it would have been more tougher to us, right?
Yes.
So it's all the outlier books. What I got from outlier book is that the situation and then the time where you are in, the time where you are in, it matters.
Okay.
So
Yes.
it's just not the goal you have set, or it's just not the people around you. It's also because of the time. What time, at what time period you were in the situation, or what time period you were in when you are doing something.
Okay.
So that also matters. So that
Nice.
is what I learned from Outliers.
Outliers. Okay.
And
So 3 books: 12 Rules of Life, Outliers, Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Okay, nice. For starters.
Yes.
And for somebody who is interested in this self-development and stuff, you have a lot of YouTube videos now
Yes.
nowadays
yes,
explaining all the books and different concepts and philosophy
Yes. Yes.
and all the stuff. And what do you say about YouTube videos and book reviews versus books?
Book. Let's say now I will.
For example, in this personal development space.
Yes. I would gonna give an example rather than explaining
Okay.
in words.
Okay.
So you go to a restaurant.
Okay.
Let's say you try. You want to try a momo, or you want to try a dish in certain restaurant or particular restaurant, where you would what you would do is you will directly go to Google and then search for Google Maps, search for that restaurant and then check the reviews, right?
Yes.
And you will not get the taste of what, like, you will not get the taste of that particular dish. You will just get to know how it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So even the YouTube reviews for that books are also same. So when you go actually eat that and then you experience that, you will not get to know how does it taste, right? The same way I would suggest you, like, if you want to read a book, I mean, you can go and check out the reviews as well on YouTube or YouTube videos upon how they will say, like, how the plot is or how the story is, how the things are in the book. But when it comes to book reading, you'll get the actual taste.
So it should be physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you are reading a book, you will experience yourself in that story, and then your knowledge base will increase. And then even if you are not reading that book again, but when it comes to life, you will apply the same knowledge elsewhere.
Okay.
So when it is a short 5 minutes review of that book,
Okay.
you may not retain the knowledge what you have got from that video. But
it'll just skim away from this part to this part.
Yes. But it depends on the person to like, it depends on person to person as well. So it also.
But majorly, this is the general thing.
Yes.
But if you think this, you would remember a movie from 2012 and not a science chapter that you read in 2012.
Yes.
But in that sense, you could argue that YouTube videos are effective than reading personally.
Yeah. In that case, what happens is, when you are totally involved into a movie,
Okay.
you will be actually having three kind of response, I think, stimuli.
Okay. Three point stimuli.
Point stimuli, where visually, audio, and then there is presence of you being in a theater, having that atmosphere. So that kind of what I can say, stimuli will have a different kind of response from your brain, and you reading a book and having that summary in your brain. So when you're reading a book, you will have that summary in your book, in your brain, where you will feel like you have done something good when you're reading book, right? That will be there.
Okay. Nice. But it takes a lot of time to read books.
Yes. That's the magic in that process.
Okay.
When you are reading, you will involve yourself in the book.
Okay.
And you'll involve yourself in those anecdotes which are mentioned in the book. And after process, I mean, after you read book, you'll be a better person. That's what I can put in it.
Okay. And how should I read books? I started reading Outliers, for example.
Yes.
You said not on a platonic way, but the way you can explain. What does that mean for me as a beginner? Is it like I should read each line by line, note down the quotations or whatever the explanations that he is given, or memorize it, or what is it? What is reading in not a platonic way?
See, it also, when it comes to reading books, it also depends on the person's perspective.
Okay.
So I think one of our professors mentioned you as a kind of a guy who completes work or any assignment in a burst mode. So you do it in a fast way. You don't keep it for pending for next day, or you like to do things in a burst way.
Yes.
Let's say half an hour.
Yeah, once I start, then finish it
and then go.
Yeah.
So that case, you might finish a chapter.
Okay.
So you can't complete a full book, right?
Okay.
So you can schedule your timing where you can finish 2 pages or 3 pages should be your goal.
Okay.
You can't read full book at a time, right? On a single day. It's not practically possible. So what I can suggest for those kind of people who can do like that, so where they can schedule their timings as burst, let's say like half an hour or 1 hour, I'll read the book and then I'll keep pending it for next day. So that way also works out. So for the people who are actually like to read books for 3-4 hours or 5 hours, who are in a vacation, who wants to read books and then be at peace, then they actually enjoy their book reading in their own pace. They finish 2 pages for 2 hours or 3 hours, like that.
Yes.
So I am also of a person where I finish tasks in burst mode, like 2 hours, or I don't read it for 2 hours. I read it for half an hour or 45 minutes, and then I keep it aside, and then I do it in the next day. I keep this discipline. So this also worked out very well, where I could finish 3 to 4 books per year. That was been my streak.
3 to 4 books per year.
So that has been my streak.
So you should actually find very good books to read, because once you start it and there is no value, you will waste a lot of time.
It is not like the book does not have any value. Some or the other value will be there. You have to just grab it out of it. That's books, in my sense, are a distilled form of knowledge. So knowledge is being distilled and fed to you via books, via pages and via words. So you have to read. Even if it doesn't give any value to your life, it will add some vocabulary to your diction.
Accepted. I never thought about that in this sense.
I read many articles to get vocabulary or to get some metaphors. So when I am reading newspaper, as you know, I read newspaper every day.
Every day,
2
even
newspaper,
now. Oh wow!
2 newspapers every day. I just open newspaper and then search for metaphors, because I love to add metaphors or add some proverbs to my diction. So wherein I am speaking, I want to add those metaphors. So I should look the language which I speak should look beautiful. Those
absolutely.
Those things make our language beautiful. That's what I want.
So any book, any newspaper, any article, you just have to read it in such a way to align your targets, maybe. Okay, nice. Actually, yes, true. Yes.
It's not only that you get some kind of magical thought from reading book. It is just that you take something out of something, like something out of some books. So in Think and Grow Rich, you may have something, or in you have these fiction books. So Harry Potter is there, all that. You may take something else out of it. So people...
life lessons from Harry Potter. Yes, of course.
People have creative thoughts when they read books, like fiction books. So that creativity you can't just out of nowhere, you can't just generate in your mind, right? So you have to read, then only you'll be able to get the creativity also. So that when you're reading books, your focus also will be on the words and then on things which is going on in the book, right? So
and not just swiping up and up and up.
That also will increase your attention span, as you mentioned earlier.
So and don't you think the talk we are having is the talk our previous generation was having when we were kids?
Yes.
They were telling these guys, these kids, they are not like us anymore. They don't care about this and this and this. But look at us now. We are having the same thing, and we are maybe suggesting to the outer world that be like this, take it in whatever way it is.
So back then it was a time where people didn't have any distractions, I would say. The distractions we have in the present world. Let's say people are everything is a business now. So even your attention span, or
even this podcast.
yes, everything is a business where people are their attention span is being used as a business, and then people's eyeball rolling also. What sensation you are being used. Even the ads are now stimuli based. So they will ask you a question and then they will make you buy those things, right? So that has been right now, like what is the situation right now is like you have many people who are grabbing your attention. Back then, it was very different. You had your own time, and then you had things to discuss with your friends. And I think you had experience, right? When we were kids, I think during 2001 to 2005, we would go out and
Yes.
discuss things, and we used to sit somewhere and be there for at least 1 hour, 2 hours, right?
Yes.
That is not the case here right
Yes,
now.
1-2 hours with friends is actually golden nowadays.
Yes. Now we actually want to schedule
Yes.
and go meet
Schedule this 9 hours of interaction
people. Yes.
a week back. Yes.
Yeah. So things are very different right now. Back then, people used to discuss ideas and then
Yes.
things, what is happening, all that. Now
Yes.
we are just scrolling things and then discussing things
Yes.
online, not
Yes.
offline.
True.
That
true.
also makes a lot of difference when it comes to perception.
True. That's true. And one more thing, from Indian person point of view,
Mhm.
foreigners have this mindset of, I don't know, it's just all looking online and stuff. I might be wrong here. So this is not something negative I'm talking. Foreigners have this concept of doing everything on their own, growing up on their own and stuff like that. And I think you are the correct person to to give me an answer on this question. But when it comes to India, there is a lot of dependency. I depend on you for something else. I don't, even though I can do it, maybe fixing a bulb, maybe I don't do it because some electrician will come and do it. I don't explore, I don't do things for why
Yeah.
and what should I do.
So it has been there in the culture. Let's say the way we were in back then in the societies, there were people who just had to do a work of making pots.
Pots, okay.
Yeah. There were people who were just there to policing around. There were people who were there to do agriculture. There were group of people who used to do some similar stuff so that society gets to use it. Now that is what has been ingrained in us even during our childhoods. When you have anything like when your TV got repaired, you didn't do it yourself, and there are actually two things. One is lack of skill. Second one is the culture. So
Okay.
sorry for that.
Yeah.
So one is lack of skill, and one is being the person being available at your doorstep or your street where he will repair it for yourself for a cash or something. Right. So that has been there since ages. That is there even today. So that is like once.
Do you think population is somehow affecting this? Because we are more in number, we depend on somebody who specializes in that rather than we doing ourselves?
It is not because of population at all. It is also because of not having skill, right?
Okay.
Skill. Let's say we, as our Western countries are being or educated or being skillful, we don't have those many skills when it comes to life. Let's say we are being sent to school, which teaches us things which are not so useful in our lives, daily lives. So that may be the reason.
How do I improve on my life skills? I know life skills are not being taught anywhere, and it's you who just have to you just have to get to know, you just have to mature, and you'll understand. But is there a specific path where I can blindly trust? I'm telling an Indian context, because Indian context, Indians, maybe not particularly Indians, maybe some part of youth generally will like spoon feeding. You give me a book, as you said, I can read and I can understand, and something like that. In that context, do I get any resources?
Yeah. So I would like to put it in a different point of view, wherein I look at it as, so even if you don't know how to do things, or even if you don't know the skill to repair it, so you should have a resource, that is money or that is time, to get it done. So let's say let's say you have your iPhone which is not working properly, which you want to repair it.
Yes.
So you have to have that cash with you, or you have to have that time with you to go and then get it done. Or so you have to, what I feel is I have to improve my worth or my bank balance in that perspective. So we can't go to childhood and then we can't learn everything from scratch right now.
Yes.
We don't have that time, or we don't have that resource to learn things. So what I think right now is, so I have to earn more or make more money so that I can get that done from the person who is more specialist in that. That perspective I am in right now.
Yes, actually yes. In our context, this applies
Yes.
correctly or aptly.
Yes.
And how much do you think is enough, either in earning money or in experiences or in learning knowledge, getting knowledge?
Yes.
How much do you think is enough?
So when it comes to life, there is no actual scale. So how you will be earning, how you will be leading your life after 10 years, nobody knows. So it's upon you. You have to judge your worth, and then you have to judge your knowledge, and then make so much money that which keeps you when you actually have a motivation, right? Let's say you had studied in colleges and then schools. You were studying, and then you used to get marks. So what if you had got less marks? So your motivation you used to backfire you. So you had motivated, and then you got you got marks which are good. Then it used to encourage you to study more.
Yes.
So right. So that's how it is. Now when you are earning, your motivation should it should burn. It should not burn you out. It should actually push you forward. In that way you should earn, and when in the process if you get burned out, then you may not earn well in the future days, right? So that you have to keep in mind. So whatever you are earning, it should motivate you to earn more. It should not be like you are earning for 1 year and then you are burning out in the process, and then you should
Yes.
it should
and
be
then thinking,
stagnant.
oh, what am I doing?
Yes. So
Yes.
it should be the thing.
Yes, true. And there is no limit on how much is enough. You say.
Yes. There's no scale actually. It's
There is no scale.
there is no scale. So my thing would be different, your thing would be different, third person's would be different. So it's upon you how you think you're judging your motivation, or motivation. It's secondary actually. Once is if you want to lead a complacent life,
Okay.
you need not worry. So you should not worry about any future circumstances. How
Okay.
much you should be earning, so that much you should earn.
You should. Yeah. True. And I am a person who optimizes things a lot.
Yes.
I track my everyday, time to time, what I do in the calendar. I write tasks. I do this Notion planning, and it has worked out reasonably well. I am not perfect. I am not telling I am perfect. I do everything in systematic way. But mostly 80% I do in a systematic way. And 80% you do things in unsystematic way.
Yes.
So how much should I optimize in general, whatever this context is? Maybe get knowledgeable, or maybe get things done, or maybe get things from others. How much should I optimize?
So what I say is as I was speaking in the earlier podcast, so there in life there is order and disorder. So if you try to keep things which are in order, so let's say you have your 24 hours with you, so you want to schedule each and every minute. So in the process you will lose motivation. So if you are of a person where you have been scheduling this for a long time, then it may work out. But if you start scheduling it right now, then it may backfire the process. So what I would say is, as long as your works are involved, you have to keep it a priority, which is important and then which is not, and then which gives you motivation. So let's say you are in a life where you have to run for at least 60 more years. You should treat it as a marathon. You can't treat it as a 100 meter sprint. So if you run for 100 meter sprint in the morning itself, let's say it's a like kind of where I'm relating your task with 100 meter sprint. If you are running 100 meter sprint in the morning, the next 23 hours or 12 hours which is remaining, you'll not be able to perform anything.
Yes.
Right. So what you have to do is you have to optimize your schedule in such a way that you should not burn out in the process. So you should not be tired for whole day. So you should actually do the scheduling in such a way that you have the energy till your day ends.
Yes.
That's how I schedule. I mean, even though I may not schedule the things, but I would keep myself energized for a whole day rather than being energized for the first few hours where I have an important task, all that.
Yes.
So when you have such kind of strategy, you will be having both personal time also, work time also, have both evenly. You will divide the timings and then you will be energized for both personal life and then work life. So in that way you can manage.
Yes.
I feel so.
Yes, true. That's true. And you suggested one book from this. I think Willpower. There was the one thing.
Yes.
And willpower is also something like that. There is some art of willpower. I don't remember the name, but it says that you can only have 10,000 decisions in a day.
Yeah.
It'll come down by the end of the day or something like that. Okay, this is the essence of the...
that is actually in Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits, I
Yes,
think.
yes.
Yes.
Atomic Habits says where you have a habit, so your brain will be put into what I can say is you have some mode in autopilot mode. So it gets into autopilot mode when you're riding bike or when you're driving car. It goes into autopilot mode because it is actually a habit for you to drive. So when something triggers, you will do it automatically. When I see a water bottle, I feel like drinking water. So it is as simple as that. So that also matters where you keep your decisions or any major decisions you have to take in such a manner that it should not drain out your energy at all.
Okay.
Yeah. That way.
Yes. True. Nice. I think we've already spoken. I thought I'll do it for 15 minutes, but I think this is the second round of
Yes.
the recording that's going on. So we have crossed around 35 to 40 minutes.
Yes.
It's already 3:40. We didn't have lunch. So I want to conclude this.
Yes.
So any final words? I know I still have round 3, round 4 or round 5. I don't know how many rounds I'll have with you, but I'm definitely going to have it. Maybe season 3 episode 1 you'll open, season 4 episode 1 you'll open. Every season I can have an opener with you or something like that.
Sure.
I don't know. We'll talk about this.
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. No,
But
if what I feel is if audience like me speaking about this, you may continue. If they are not liking, okay, that's also
they
fine.
will definitely like.
That's also fine.
Half of the audience are going to be your friends watching this video, definitely. Yeah, so
that's also there.
yes. So I want you to conclude this. Any words to conclude this discussion, and maybe one quote to conclude this.
Quote wise, I am actually not ready.
Okay.
Because I have to based on the context I have to put the quote.
Okay,
So,
take your phone, do your research. I can wait for a minute or two. Or if it takes a minute or two, that's fine. If it takes longer, then
yeah,
that's
it's okay. Next maybe
Yeah, sure.
in the next time I will get the quotes and then I'll explain
Okay.
you with that. But I really enjoyed. I was so excited to give this podcast, and I must thank you to.
I should actually thank you because you are the person that has motivated me to do this.
Okay, that's
You actually don't know how valuable you are in my life, but okay, that's all not on the camera and stuff.
yes,
But
yes.
you introduced me to the guy Matt Divella.
Yes.
You introduced me to personal development space.
Yes,
You
yeah.
introduced me to books.
Yes.
You introduced me to self-introspection.
Okay.
You introduced me to be a stoic and whatever, a nerd and stud all at the same time. That the whole concept of managing different personalities at the same time.
Yeah.
So in a way you shaped me.
I
Maybe
feel
from 2015 to 2024, you are the guy that I always look up
I feel
to-
so proud for
to do
for
this. So I
myself
should
right
thank
now.
you for you to be doing this.
But I have got few of my characters or my things where I just borrowed it from you. The way you used to get ready for college and then the way you used to be disciplined, I actually got it from you as well. So I should thank you. I should be very. I am actually I owe you a
Oh.
thing of in my life actually.
Oh.
So that also influenced me a lot. So thank you for that.
It's nice. Each of us
Yeah.
seeing each of us as a bigger figure.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why. So I would, I think I would suggest you to keep continuing this, even though you may not get the traction in the initial days, but definitely if you are passionate about this, please continue doing this. At the end, it will matter at all. It matter every video will matter.
Yes, it will. I hope it will matter.
Yes.
I hope
yes.
every video of mine matters in
Yes.
the long run.
Yes.
At least, if not for the public, for me.
Yes.
Because when I retire at maybe 50, 60 or 70 years,
Yes.
retirement is not retirement from work or anything. Just in general,
Yes.
my mindset shifts to that retirement mode. I feel very happy that I've done this in my
Yes.
early years.
Yes.
And we are still young.
Yeah.
So if not now, then when?
That's true.
Yes. So thank you so much for coming. Let's do one more thing very soon, and
Sure.
let's go have lunch now. Very good lunch. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate these small victories. I think that's also a part of life.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
also it's something that audience have to get from this, because reading, getting value, tracking themselves, optimizing themselves, and all these things we have talked about in this podcast. And celebrating life is also something that
That's true.
important for a person.
That keeps the thing burning.
Thing burning. Yes.
So it is also an important thing.
So that's round one with Punith Kumar, one of my dearest friends. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast completely. If anyone of you start reading books and it's because of this podcast, please do let me know. And that means the world to me. As he suggested, start reading, start gaining knowledge, put yourself in all the places and see the world do the magic for you. If you're listening from the audio podcast apps, thank you for listening. Please do leave a review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Please comment your favorite books, your way of reading, your way of however you want to gain knowledge. How do you pursue knowledge? And let's connect. Let's talk. Thank you so much.